Jay here. Here's my review on My Hero Academia, episode 21, English dub. Okay, so this episode was fucking dope. Like, what mainly happened in the episode was like fights. Like, ring fights. Not like fucking fights to the death or anything, just tournament fights. And the first fight was Kiminari and some girl that like has green viney hair. Anyways, they started fighting, and Kiminari, his power is like electricity, so he tried to send like a big ass like volt of electricity like to her, but she blocked it with her viney ass hair and just wrapped him around with it, and she won. The next fight was Tenya and Katsume, and this fight was basically like a show off for all Katsume's gadgets. Like, she didn't even take it serious. Like, she was just basically tripping Tenya throughout the whole like fight, and she just walked out of bounds, and Tenya just won because she walked out of bounds. Basically, she got what she wanted, and Tenya got what he wanted, but he got humiliated in the process. After that fight, it moved on to the next fight, and it was some girl that looks a lot like Majin Buu, and her name was Mina. I forget her last name, and she was going against Oyama, some dude that like he can do blasts from his stomach because he's wearing a gadget around his waist. Anyways, she overpowered him like a motherfucker in this fight. Like, she just waited until like his weakness was he can't do mini blasts until his stomach hurts. So she waited until his stomach started hurting because she already knew his weakness, and she went up to him, threw her little quirk that it like fucking fucked over the belt the blaster belt he was wearing, and she ran up to him and uppercutted him, and she won. The girl that looks like Majin Buu, Mina, I forget her last name. I'm gonna get to know it, but she won. That's the point. So moving on to the next fight, it was Tokoyami versus the girl that can create things out of her quirk. Like, I forget her name too. Like, it's hard to remember these names because they're so long. Not long, but it's very hard to remember these names. Anyways, his power, Tokoyami, is like he has a shadow with him. So he just casted the shadow when the fucking match began, and she was trying to hold back the shadow that was just pushing her back, and she was just trying to do something, but she was just being pushed back. But she ended up being pushed out of bounds and not knowing she was out of bounds, and that's how she lost. She just lost, and Tokoyami won. Tokoyami is the dude that looks like a fucking hawk or a bird or whatever. He has a bird head and he has a normal human body. Like, it's bizarre how he looks. But anyways, he's fucking dope. Like, he has like a shadow that comes out of his body and basically protects him. That's his quirk. Or fuck, he could do a lot of shit. Anyways, moving on, or going to the next fight, because there was a bunch of fights in this episode. It went to Ijiro, if that's how you pronounce his name, and some smirky dude that's been popping up in the episodes acting like a straight up dick. I forget his name too, but I think it was what was his name? Damn, I forget because fuck. It's hard to keep up with these names, like I keep saying. Anyways, these two were just like going at it, like, punching each other, just giving out fucking huge blows to each other's fucking heads and all that. It'll end up being a draw. That's how like equal they were. And yeah, after that it started well, in between Ijiro and that one dude's fight, it was showing in the locker room of Ochako and Deku and Tenya talking, and Deku wanted to help Ochako because she's about to fight Bakugo. Like that's the next match or the next fight, and he tried to help her with his notes, but she declined it and she said she doesn't want to. So after that, it announced the next fighter is gonna be Ochako and Bakugo going against each other, and the episode ended. So this episode was fucking dope. Like I said in the beginning, like seeing all these fights and all these quirks slash powers being used, like it's pretty dope to watch. Like it's not Dragon Ball Z like I'm used to. Like I love Dragon Ball Z, but watching this new show, fuck, it's really cool. Like it's an interesting story, it's an interesting show, and it has interesting characters. I like Deku, Bakugo, you know, everybody's relatable in this show. Not relatable, but yeah, that's a good word for it. Relatable. But this episode was fucking dope. I think the highlight for me in this episode was that girl that looked like Majin Buu. She ran up and just uppercutted that one dude. Like she took him out with ease. Like she remembered his weakness and just took him out. So I'm Jay, and I'll catch you on my next review.